you?
Great, great. All right.
Okay, we're recording.
Hey, welcome to the Heat Call tonight, everybody. I am Alita Spire, National Marketing Director on the Heat team. We have lots of leaders on this team, and we are super fired up tonight. We got an amazing guest, amazing. Curt Beavers is an international leader with the Juice Plus company. His personal brand and company, Make a Life, teaches individuals and families around the globe how to live inspired lives through healthy choices in their diet, lifestyles, and their business. Curt and Lori and the rest of their family have taught people all over the world, 50 states and 25 countries around the world, how to make a life. We all want to know how to make a life. Curt has his degree from Georgia Tech and Emory University and Logos Bible College. He has co-authored the book, I Call Shotgun with Tommy Newberry, that I've bought for my sons. And he also has written a book called
Make a Life.
Make a Life. I have it right here. I bought like 40 of these for my team. So he loves owning his own business and the time and financial freedom that he affords. He says he's a CEO in his offices around the lake, at the boat, at the deer stand, on the golf course, at the pool, and sometimes in his office in the basement. He loves technology, productivity, and being efficient. He connects with so many thousands of reps with his and people who have virtual franchisees, and subscribes to his Juice Plus Today, or JP Today also. And Curt and Lori are both Atlanta natives, and they have 3 great kids. Their most recent story in Make a Life is at the lake house that they bought 30 minutes from Georgia College, and beds for 19, so that family, friends, and ministry and business can all kind of attend there and enjoy each other. Curt loves Kairos moments, a break in the normal chronology of life. Great things happen when the right people connect at the right time to do the right things that could never have been done alone. He can't wait to connect to all of us so we can have that Kairos moment. And boy, you guys, Curt was telling me he has between 200 and 300 national marketing directors, and he has 5 club national marketing directors in his own family. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to waste any more time to introduce you to Curt Beavers. Thank you, Curt. I remember meeting you and at several boot camps. We rafted the rivers up in Colorado, and we did so many different things. I just really think you're a man of faith. You're a man on a mission. You have a one team, one mission philosophy. When you came into Phoenix, you not only coached your team here, but you even offered coaching to everybody else's team. And for that, I'm truly grateful. I gleaned a lot from you on that. So I'd like to turn it over to you and share with us your pearls of wisdom, the way you fast track somebody and get them started fast. And that is the biggest question people always ask, isn't it? Wow, yeah. I got a new rep. What am I going to do? So I'm going to turn it over to you now, Curt. Thank you.
Thanks, Alita. I am so glad to be with you guys. And I love talking about our business because it has impacted our life in so many ways, from all the things that Alita shared, but just not just the financial freedom, but the time freedom, and the ability to have just relationship freedom and be able to influence lots of people and share with them how they too can, really, it's not just a book title or a slogan for me, it really is making a life, not just a living. So I'm going to dive right in, and y'all can ask some questions at the end. But Alita and I talked, and she asked me to share a little bit about, getting someone started right. And our business model, for those of you that are joining us tonight, and if you're joining for the first time, some of this may be just a little bit over your head, but you'll pick up on it and you can get more details from the person that asked you to be on the call. But in our business model, our company has a track to run on that allows us to start off by making a decision and to get on a health journey with Juice Plus, realizing the benefits of flooding our body with fruits and vegetables. And then what we do is we begin to live out that mission. We start doing the things that we call our 4 core, which is drinking more water, exercising, getting enough sleep, and really changing to a whole food diet. And as we live that mission, we begin to share that with others. And what we find is that others not only want to get healthy, but others want to join our team. In our very first month in the business, my wife and I had a goal of making $1,000. And when we decided to do that, it was a small goal. It wasn't one of those, let's get rich and build this huge business. But she wanted to stay at home. We didn't have any kids yet. We were planning on having kids soon, and she wanted to be able to be at home when that first child came. So we kind of put the word out, shared, and someone from our church that knew we had that desire that we wanted to start a business at home shared Juice Plus with us. And she didn't understand the marketing plan. She didn't understand the product that well in terms of explaining it. She loved it. She was using it. She was excited about it. And the only thing I remember her sharing that night was that she made $80,000 last year. And she was a pastor's wife. He was an associate pastor. She was the bigger breadwinner, lost her job with the airlines. And Lori and I left there that night saying, we can do this. You know, if she can make $80,000, she's not any better than we are. And we certainly can make $1,000 a month. So we buckled down, made our list of names, began to share this incredible product with people. And we got 38 customers our first month, far surpassed our goal of $1,000. And of those 38, 13 of those joined us to look at the business. Not all, they didn't all join us, but they all took a look at the business from us sitting with them one-on-one or them coming to an event. And then of those 13, 5 decided they wanted to join us, and we began to build our business very fast. And that's what I want to talk about tonight, is getting off to a fast start. And right now we've got a program that will take you from paying your $50 all the way to national marketing director. We call it our Fast Track program, and it's 24 months. And that will allow you to reach the top level. Let me just tell you real quick what that is, then I'm going to back up. That's our national marketing director position, and that means you need to have 5 sales coordinator legs in your business. That means you need to develop 5 leaders, and when you do that, you get full medical, dental, life, long-term disability, prescription coverage, tuition reimbursement, up to $3,000 a month expense allowance. You get a year-end bonus, and an incredible 6-figure income is right there at your fingertips. So how do you do that? I mean, what does it take to get on that 24-month track and run that course? Well, we've got 30-day goals, 60-day goals, 6-month goals, 1-year goals, 18-month goals, and 24-month goals. And you get bonuses based on reaching each of those levels. That's called our team building bonus and our fast track program. But what gets neglected a lot of times, and this is what I wanted to leverage and really talk about tonight so you can leverage your business, and that is we say, okay, the company gives us 30 days to make that first level. Well, I call that grace, and it's way more time than you need. And when I start a new rep in the business, what I found is that new representative, kind of like Alita, went, you woo, and she was excited about that new rep. That new rep, that point in time when they decide, I'm ready, let's go, that's when you've got their highest level of energy, excitement, enthusiasm. And the last thing you want to do is to just turn that loose without them having any knowledge or how-tos or whatever, or a plan. And so I built a website. It's under construction right now. You can't go there, but it'll be redone before conference. It's makealife.jp is our getting started site. And you can look at it in about 10 days. It'll be updated and be ready. But you can get to it on curtbeavers.com right now. But it walks through your first 72 hours. And I think it's so important that new distributor feels that they've got a hold of your hand and you'll help them on that journey. And so what we do is, you know, when you first sign up and you pay your $50, one of the things you need to be expecting from the company very quickly in your email inbox is an email that welcomes you to owning your new virtual franchise, but it also has a username and password in it. Because our business, when you start, you get a couple different web resources. You got your virtual office, which is your back end, that's password protected. You get a juiceplus.com personal website, like mine is curtbeavers.juiceplus.com. Yours might be janedoe.juiceplus.com. But you get your own personal website for Juice Plus and the Tower Garden. So you can send people there and they can order products and all those kind of things. Well, when you get that email from the company, welcome you to owning your virtual franchise, the critical component in there is that username and password. And yes, you can click on that and just log in yourself. But if you're new to something, you don't understand it completely. You know, it's kind of like change. Change is wonderful. It needs to happen, but sometimes it's not easy to walk through. So when you start a new business, you need help. And so what we commit to is with a new distributor is within the first 12 hours, right when they sign up, we're going to use a product, a technology application that most of our Juice Plus franchisees around the world are using now, and it's a product called Zoom. Zoom, and it works on your computer, your iPad, your iPhone, your Android device, whatever particular hardware you're using. Works great from your phone and your computer and your iPad. And you don't have to pick one. You can use any of the above. You use that as a tool, like we're using Zoom right now. You use that tool to do a screen share. Like if I wanted to right now, I could push a button and I could show you my screen or my desktop. So as soon as that new person signs up, what I want to do is I want to orient them to how to run their business. I don't want them to go astray and just kind of be haphazard. So we do a Zoom screen share session, and I call that orientation. We walk through their virtual office. We set up their website, like their domain name, curtbeavers.juiceplus.com. We turn on virtual banking for them so they can get their paycheck deposited directly. And the other thing we do is we show them how to place their first order. And one of the things we do is we make them their very own first customer. I show them the Juice Plus websites, how they can share information with their customers. We show them the Juice Plus YouTube channel, which is where the company has a archive of all kinds of videos, healthcare professionals, fitness professionals, moms on a mission, nurses on a mission, talking about our incredible product and how it's impacted their specialty in medicine, how it's impacted their children being a mom and being responsible for that nutrition their child gets every day, or how it's impacted you being more involved in your performance and fitness. So all those videos are there. And what I want is, I don't want that new person to try and play doctor or nurse or nutritionist if they don't have that background. I want to give them the tools so that they can play Dr. Rick Du Bois, they can play Dr. Jan Roberto talking about our complete smoothie mix and the proteins in it and the soy and it's plant-based. I don't want them to feel inadequate trying to explain that themselves. So right out of the bat, they've got YouTube links they can share in a text message, a Facebook message. They can send out an email. They can post on Facebook. They've got all the tools they need to share our incredible product. We also go to the Tower Garden YouTube channel, show them where the Tower Garden videos are. So that new person now has in their fingertips what they need to share without them kind of feeling inadequate, not being able to explain things. So they can start building their business immediately. They don't have to wait to go through this massive learning curve. And then I share with them, the first thing that we need to do. Let me give you an example. Let's say that I read a great book. I read a great book on time management, let's say. And I was on the phone with Alita today, and I said, Alita, you won't believe this book. It has totally changed the way I manage my time. I manage my week. It's unbelievable. You've got to read this book. And so every one of you, whether you read a great book, see a great movie, go to a great clothing store and you get a dress on sale or whatever, you've got an inner circle of friends and family that when you share something that impacted you in a positive way, there's this trust, respect. Gosh, if Curt loves this, I got to get this book. And so I could read a book and I could tell 20 people right now, I could just think about that book, and all those people would immediately go buy that book. I just got a text. Let me see what this is from Alita. Okay, you're on. Okay, Alita, I just got your text saying we're on. That was funny. It was delayed. But anyway, I thought I was not being heard, so I was checking. Sorry about that. But anyway, so you've got this ability. Everybody does, not just you, not just me. We all have this ability to inspire others with something that's inspired us. So that means this first promotion that you're going to get with our company, it's called direct distributor. That's where you add an extra 6% commission to your paycheck. Now you can do that the slow way and take forever, and you can even do the fast track and take 30 days. But let me tell you, there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't reach your HLP, get your $100 bonus, and get promoted to 6% within 72 hours. There's no reason why and all you have to do is, it's you getting on the product, getting on the trio, because you don't want to be a hypocrite, right? If you're going to be in this business and share our product, you want to be on the product you're sharing. You want to be a product of the product. So you get on the trio yourself, the red, green, and purple fruit, veggie, and berry blends, and then you inspire two others. Just like reading that great book, you inspire two people to do the same thing. You get on a trio and two people get on a trio, and you have promoted, you've done your 500 points, you've promoted to your HLP, and we want people to do that their first 72 hours. And so as soon as I do that orientation, I tell them what their first goal is, and then we're on a mission to get that done. Three-way phone calls, Facebook posts, whatever we need to do, we want that done immediately. And then you've got plenty of time to reach your next goal, which you've got 60 days to reach the 2,000 plus level, where you get a 14% commission, you get a $250 bonus and a conference ticket, and you've got the tool now to do that. So let's pretend like I was teaching you how to build a house instead of how to build a Juice Plus business. Well, if you build a house, you could build it out of wood, you could build it out of stone, you could build it out of bricks. But in each of those scenarios, whether it's that the wood you're using or the stone you're using or that brick, that little brick block, that is the building block that you learn how to do over and over again to build your business. And there's nothing that will stop you from reaching the top and reaching national marketing director if you'll master the building block of this business. And that building block is that HLP. It's you getting on, the new person getting on the product, being your own customer, and inspiring two people to do the same thing. You get promoted to the first level, you get your bonus, and you're on your way to the next level, which is virtual franchisee, and then on your way to sales coordinator. The reason that works so well, and I know Alita can share with you, and your upline can share with you what we've got on our virtual office. It's called a fast track roadmap to success. It has all this laid out that I'm talking about. But what you're going to do is you master that skill of, if you can do HLP in 72 hours, it really is that easy. Get on the product, inspire two people. If you master that skill, you do that 3 times. That means you do it and you teach 3 of your new customers, hey, you're on the product now. I can show you how to get $100 back and you can get a 6% discount on your product. You teach 3 people how to do exactly what you did, that HLP building block. And now you're at the second level with your bonuses and you're at 14%. And you're getting a 5% performance bonus on your whole team. And then, in order to reach the next level, all you have to do is help the 3 of those people do the same thing you did. Help 3 inspire 3. And now you're at the top pay level with our company. You're a sales coordinator. You had 6 months. But if you take this formula, you've done it in 30 to 60 days. You haven't waited 6 months. You're building your business so much faster. And I just showed you how to become a sales coordinator. And earlier, what did I tell you? You needed 5 sales coordinators to be a national marketing director. If you'll just duplicate that 5 times, you're on the benefits package, you're on the expense allowance, you're on the college tuition plan, and you've got an opportunity to make $3,000 per month expense allowance and build a 6-figure income residual income business. But it really is that simple. It's you build those 5 key leaders and duplicate that, and you're at the top level with our company. And I know I've said that fast. I know I've made it sound so easy, but it really is simple. There's not complication. There's not rocket scientists. You've got people that drop out of high school, and you've got neurosurgeons in our business that have reached the top and built 6-figure incomes. But what I want to tell you is you have to believe that it's that simple. It's just like, I know what's in Juice Plus. I know the research. I understand the product. And there's nobody. My belief level on that product is too great because of what it's done for our family, and the research has proven it. Now, we had, I don't know if it was the last conference or the one before, we have lots of new national marketing directors. But I remember a recent conference, we had 39 new national marketing directors, a lot of them millennials. And you see a business that's over 40 years old that has its fastest growth year in history last year. We've grown faster than we ever have. Not our sales are bigger than they ever have, which is true too. But you take a 40-year-old company that's had its highest rate of growth, that's amazing for a mature 26-country billion-dollar business to have its fastest growth year last year, and you can be a part of that. And it is so much easier to do this business fast than it is slow. So just like you believe in the product, if you'll decide right now, and let's talk about how simple it is. Just like reading a great book, you recommend that book. People are going to get that book because they trust your advice and your wisdom, and you've got a relationship with them. You get in this business and you get on the product yourself, and you get 2 people to get on the product. That's the HLP. That's your building block to reach national marketing director. So if you want to back up and take a big snapshot, ultimately what you need is you need 25 trio customers to never have to worry about qualifying for any bonuses ever again in our business. So what I teach people to do is you need to get 5 customers a month until you got 25. You're going to keep adding, but you don't have to be on the press to add 5 customers a month. Once you get 25, just keep doing this business. You're going to add customers because you're out there, you're excited about it, and you're passionate about it. But make sure you're doing 5 a month till you get 25. And then you need to do the HLP until you've developed 5 sales coordinators. And once you've done that, that's your foundation to be a national marketing director, and you're there. So, I mean, Alita, that's what I do with a new person. It's really simple. We duplicate that over and over again. And every month we have 3 goals. We get on the trio for our health, and we do the trio in our business. And the trio that we do every month is 5 customers. You help 1 person make HLP. And then the person that made HLP the previous month, you help them fast track to virtual franchisee. That should be your 3 goals that drive your business every month. Now, you may not hit those goals every month, but that you start the month, maybe you get 2 out of 3 this month. Next month you start over, and that's your goals. 5 customers, an HLP, and help the person that did HLP the previous month make virtual franchise. And that's just all about duplicating that building block of the healthy living plan. But it's also you engaging with that person and not letting them run, haphazard for a week and not knowing what they're doing. You get them started right. You give them the tools, you equip them, and you help them that first 72 hours reach that goal. And then they believe they can do it and they duplicate it. So that's how I do it, Alita. It's not complicated. It's very simple, but I know it works. We've done it all over the globe, and it can work for you too. And I can't think of a better gift for you to give your family than building a business that'll give that residual income so that you really can not let what you do to make a living control how you spend your life. You want to be able to be on purpose for the life that God's given you. God made each of us uniquely, individually, and he wired us and called us for a unique purpose. And once you build a business that becomes a platform that allows you to pursue that purpose, that's when you have true joy, you're excited, and you get to bless your family and bless others too. So, Alita, I'll turn it back over to you and let you ask me a few questions.
Okay, I was one of the questions I wanted to ask, and I'm sure you run into this a lot, a sales coordinator working their head off, just not feeling like they're moving forward fast enough. How can you catapult them into some more momentum or more activity? What do you say to them to motivate them to get to the next level?
I think the number one quick thing is someone that's in that position, my feeling is, it may not always be true, my feeling is they're probably not using our events and being around other people that are no more talented and resourceful than they are, that are reaching the top level. So they need to be encouraged and to see others that are doing it and talk to others that are going through some of the same obstacles and battles they're going through. So attending events would be one thing I would definitely recommend. But the next thing is, if you've got a stuck sales coordinator and maybe their goal is to make senior sales coordinator and they've kind of floundered or been stuck for a while, what happens, and this is straight from John Maxwell and the leadership experts out there in our country, when you have someone that has a goal that continually gets delayed or postponed for whatever reason, they begin to doubt themselves. So what we have to do as leaders, we have to step in with that sales coordinator and reestablish a baby goal that's halfway or a third or 1/6 of the way to senior sales coordinator. Maybe it's just them doing that trio, 5 customers, an HLP, and a BF this month, or maybe it's just getting 5 customers. As a leader, you have to take that person that's where doubt is set in and belief is weak, and you have to help that person walk through and achieve a baby goal, celebrate it, rebuild the confidence in themselves, and then you can continue to move towards that goal. But sometimes if a goal is too far away and they continually fail to hit it, they lose confidence in themselves. So as a leader, you have to help them reinstill that confidence.
So that's part of it, isn't it? It's that mindset. It's getting you back on track so that you're believing in yourself, believing in the system, the industry, and what we have to offer, right?
No question.
So at one point they might have been that way, but they're starting to doubt themselves because they're not seeing themselves move further.
Yeah, it could be life issue. It could be anything, or it could be that they didn't get the right training and they didn't get that quick start and get off to the right start. Just tell them, you know what? You're a sales coordinator, but we need to re-engage your business. Let's pretend like we're starting all over and let's go after it, and take those baby steps again.
I really agree with what you said in the very beginning. That's the highest level of enthusiasm that somebody's going to be. And so many of our reps don't want to ask them about going to conference. They feel like they don't want to pressure them. I hear that often. I don't want to push her. I don't want to tell her too much. And I often think that that is the most excited they're ever going to be. You might as well just say something like, hey, put it in the back of your mind. We got a pretty cool thing coming up in October, right?
Right. Right. I mean, conference is so important. And, I think people have this perception. So many companies just kind of do big events like this and they become rah-rah sessions with cheerleaders and balloons. And it's just a pump you up kind of thing. And we certainly have encouragement, motivation, and enthusiasm at our conferences. But our company spends millions of dollars to bring in healthcare professionals, to set up trainings where you're learning actually how to do things where the rubber hits the road, whether it's tower gardens or working with healthcare professionals or using social media to build your business. It's actually hands-on training where you learn. But the greatest benefit is being around other successful people that you can talk to and ask them, how did you do this? How did you do that? And you hear these stories of people making national marketing director, and you find out they've got life issues too. I mean, I'll never forget going to a conference and this lady who had, I can't remember if it's 15, 16, 17 kids. She had, kids between 10 and 20. She was homeschooling every one of them, and she made national marketing director. I just decided right there, I mean, the excuse of I'm too busy is not on anybody's list. It's just, it's impossible to say I'm too busy when someone homeschooling that many kids has made national marketing director. And there are all kinds of stories about what people have overcome from, issues with their children, their marriage, their parents, health issues, buying and selling a home, going through a flood like Katrina or the recent flood in Baton Rouge. And people weather those storms, and they know that the tomorrow that they want, they've seen this business, and all of a sudden, if I could build this business and build this residual income that could be a foundation and a platform for the life I want for my family, that would be one of the greatest desires of my life, and it would be absolutely amazing. And the tomorrow they want is so great, and their determination to get there, they overcome all the obstacles that are little baby steps and things they put Band-Aids on in the way. But you have to understand that, and conference paints that picture.
Wow, that's great. In ending, I'd like to ask one more question. What do you think the one single thing is in your life that propels you to get up? You certainly don't have to work anymore. So what propels you to continue to share the vision of what's possible?
Well, you and I have talked a lot about this, but I think everybody has something that is this internal thing that drives them. And, my faith is very important to me. And, a part of that is, using your influence wisely. I think we learn the lesson of being good stewards in our life. And stewardship has all these different meanings to different people. And the first thing that comes to our mind is we need to be good stewards over our money, our finances. When we're blessed, we're supposed to help others that are less fortunate. We're supposed to manage our money well, save for retirement, pay our taxes, do the things we're supposed to do. So whether you do that well or not, I think as a culture, we're made aware that we're supposed to manage the financial things that we have. And we're also pretty aware as a culture that we need to manage our time. I know personally, since I've been in this business, I'm in great shape now, but I remember when we started, even at the age of 13, when my parents got divorced, I had a mentor in my life that kind of played a surrogate father. There were many men that God put in my life. One of them was Gary O'Malley. He was the vice president of Franklin Covey, and he gave me one of those big, huge 3-ring binders, and was really teaching me how important it was to manage my time. So I had a calendar very early in my life, whether I effectively used it or not, but I did, and I wrote things down and tried to keep up with my calendar and set goals. And as I got older, I kept carrying that binder around, and then the Palm Pilot came out. And I said, oh man, I gotta have a digital calendar. And then, and then the BlackBerry came out. And there was this 5 years of my life where half my calendar was on paper and half of it was on a gadget or a device. And it was crazy because it was worse than not having a paper calendar with everything on it. And then finally the iPhone came out and I got closer. But now that I have my iPad and my iPhone and my Mac computer, I'm totally digital. But however you manage your time, the second thing we know we need to be stewards over is our time. It's 24 hours in a day. We all have the same amount, and we need to be stewards over that resource. But the one thing that drives me is the third thing that I think we need to be stewards over that's not talked about a lot. And that is we need to be stewards over not just our financial capital, not just our time that we have, the capital of time we have, but we need to be stewards over our relational capital. And that's the people that God brings into our life for a reason. And this business has become the tool and the vehicle for me. It's a life change agent that I can share with people. So whether it's someone like my wife that so desires, a young couple that so desire for the mom to be home with her kids, it's a college graduate who spent years studying and got his degree, and all of a sudden what he got a job, but that job to him looks like a computer, a cubicle, and a commute, and he wants to make a difference and wants to do more. It could be a dad who gets on an airplane every Sunday night, comes home on Thursday or Friday, never gets to see his family. or maybe someone who lives in a really poor school system and really wants the money to put their kids in private school. All kinds of reasons. But most people don't have a change agent they can share with their relational capital. So I can invest with this product and this business in the relational capital that I have, and I can influence and do things far beyond what I could do by myself. So, you know, that faith that I have in me really makes me want to care about people. It makes me want to change people's lives forever. And I do love to share my faith, but I think my business vehicle has given me a platform to be on a dozen ministry boards, to write the books I've written, to be a marriage counselor for free, to do the things that I think are important in life that, you know, maybe if I was in a 8 to 6 job and had an hour commute every day, I wouldn't really have any time to do it. So
Right.
I'm doing that, and that's what pushes my button every day.
Very cool. Well, Curt, we're ready to close right now, but I would love to thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts for all your wisdom, and we will see you in St. Louis. And if everybody would like to unmute.